Welcome to Hustle and Justice. I'm your co-host, TJ Dow.
And I'm your co-host, Eugene.
All right, so we have an exciting show for you today. We are going to be talking about credit, your credit, buying houses, mortgages, all of that. So we have someone that's well-versed. And before we do that, like why is credit important? Why are we having this show? What you think, Mr. Co-host?
You asking me, you got 800 credit score. You ain't worried about your credit. I'm sure you got 800 credit score. You got a line of credit for $100,000. You don't even need this show.
I wish, but you know, the good thing is I'm what I need to learn myself. I'm not there. I would love to be there, but I'm sure after this show, hopefully we'll have a blueprint to get me and everybody else that's watching this show to where you're talking about utopia. So I think it would be very important for us to kind of have this show and discuss this and talk about this. And some folks might even be scared to buy houses. Sometimes folks will be renting for 10, 15, 20 years, and some of them are paying over $1,000 a month for their rent. And for whatever reason, they never take that leap. And hopefully once we talk with Ms. Paige, we can calm some folks down, make them feel a little bit more comfortable about starting that process of home ownership.
Now, our special guest for this episode of Hustle and Justice is Sheika Paige. Welcome, Sheika Paige, to Hustle and Justice. So what made you go this route, though? Because you said you had a master's degree, you got an associate's degree, you used to help all these different people. What made you get into this field?
I've always loved real estate. So I became a real estate agent. I finally took the leap. I was always nervous, but I can't even look back because it's been a wonderful ride. And I became a loan officer just a few months ago because I wanted to know every aspect of the real estate process, because I was always on the tail end helping the buyers to, find a house. But I wanted to know what they were going through in their process. And the best way to do that is to learn their process. So I became a loan officer.
I mean, what do I do first if I want to go buy a house? Or what do I do first?
Preferably, you would, if you do know how to work on your own credit, you would do that first. If not, I would seek out credit repair counseling, just so that you know what's on your credit, and it's not a surprise when a loan officer pulls your credit. You want to know exactly what's on there, how much, revolving debt you have, like credit cards, car note, things of that nature. Revolving credit is any credit account that you have that reports to all three credit bureaus: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian.
All right, there you go.
All major credit cards get reported. Medical bills also get reported, but when it comes to a mortgage, we don't necessarily look at medical debt. So your car note will be reported. If you had any other mortgages, any, like your student loans are there, any personal loans that you may have are all reported to the three major credit bureaus.
So what kind of score do I need? Like, what's good? I'm telling you, I got 200, Dow got 800. What do I need?
Well, you're going to need a little more than that. Typically, I work for a broker, and we work with different lenders who can go as low as a 530.
530.
So if you can come up a little bit, we may be able to work with you.
I got a long way to go then. Long way to go. So I get my credit together. What did I do next?
Well, you want to go get a pre-approval, which it pretty much it lets the seller know when you're trying to purchase a house that you have the wherewithal to purchase a house. So number one, you're going to try to get your credit together, and then you're going to seek out a loan officer. You can go to your local bank, credit union, or mortgage company. Talk to them, get a pre-approval. What a pre-approval does is it shows someone on paper that you're capable of purchasing a home. Then you find a real estate agent to assist you in the process.
How do I pick out a realtor to get me into my house?
I would check reviews. Most people, consumers, their go-to is like Zillow, Realtor.com, and they start looking for houses. But then a real estate agent does pop up, and you're like, you can look at maybe 2 or 3 of them, and you're like, maybe I want to work with this person, that person, but you want to either check their reviews or call them and have a conversation and see if that person, you guys make a good fit to work together. There's FHA, conventional, VA. So if you were not in the military, you couldn't use VA. The only individuals that could use VA is if you are prior military or in the military.
Okay, so what's the best program you think will work out? I mean, do I got to have a lot of money? I mean, I've only got, what I got to have, 5% down, 80%? What I got to do?
No, if you have minimal funds to put down, you probably will go FHA because that down payment amount is typically 3.5%. If you don't get into a program where they give you assistance with your down payment. If you have a lot of money or a substantial amount of money, then you want to go conventional because the more money you put down, guess what? The less your loan amount is going to be and your mortgage payment will be less. But that depends on your credit too.
Okay, so I got to have credit. I got to find a realtor. I got to get one of these programs. When can I get in when do I go see the house I'm looking for? Like, when do I go do the sighting part?
The exciting part comes after you fix your credit, after you get the pre-approval, find a real estate agent, go look for houses. You can get money for a lot of different things, but if you find a property that, how can I put it? We'll just say, if you find a distressed property, you're going to need funds to fix it up. So you'll do what's called a 203K, which is a renovation loan. So they'll give you money to purchase the property. They'll give you money to fix it. And with the 203K, what you do is you find a house, then you find a contractor. The contractor will give you what's called a scope of work. That's just an estimate of what it is, what it's going to take to get it back to market value. And then you present that to the lender. And after they run comps in the area, if that house meets appraisal standards, then you'll be free to do that.
Okay, well, so make sure I understand. I got to have my credit right, and the minimum score you said is about a 530.
Mm-hmm.
Once I get the credit right, I go somewhere and get to a bank or a credit union to get a pre-approval.
Correct.
I get a pre-approval, then I go out to find a realtor.
Yes.
And then the realtor will take me to go look at homes.
Yes, and they should be able to educate you on the process. If you find a good one, they'll be able to educate you on the process and walk you all the way through.
So what's a good realtor and a bad realtor? Don't say nobody's names now. We just here.
No, I would never say names. I wouldn't say good or bad. You have some that are experienced. You have some that are inexperienced. A good realtor would be a more experienced realtor that's able to give you the pros, the cons, recognize different deficiencies in properties, things like that. They have more knowledge. I don't say that there is a bad realtor, but some are a little more inexperienced, so no bad realtors. Well, I work for, it's a newer company. It's called KRCH Realty, KRCH Realty. We're located at 20116 Chagrin Boulevard, right across from Van Aken in Shaker Heights.
Now, what happened if somebody who's looking here wants some help with some credit? You know, do you do those things, or you give advice about credit repair, anything like that?
I do.
You give advice?
I give minimal advice because I'm not a credit repair specialist.
Right. We're just here to get, okay, that's right. So yeah. You talk about, and you're a mortgage broker too. Are they the same, being a realtor and a mortgage broker?
No, I work for Secure Lending. Our address is 707 Brook Park Road. It's over in Cleveland, right off the highway. Secure Lending is a brokerage that works with different lenders. We have about 8 lenders that we work with that have different types of programming. And it's kind of a lot to go into. We can do that some other time, but there's all kind of loan programs you can get. No doc loans, which means you don't even need any documentation. Statement loans, where you don't need credit, no nothing. We go off your bank statements. That's for a lot of people that are self-employed and business owners, things like that. We have hard money lenders who they take people who have low credit scores. They have a little bit of money, but they don't have the employment. So,
yeah, well, I got work to do. I got to get a 530. So once again, tell us where you got your brokerage companies at and your realtor company at as we leave out.
I work for KRCH Realty, 20116 Chagrin Boulevard. It's in Shaker Heights, Ohio. And my mortgage company is Secure Lending, 707 Brook Park Road, and that's in Cleveland, Ohio.
I really appreciate you coming out this time, Sheika Paige. And I know I'm going to see you again. So in the meantime, have a great, enjoyable day, and I'll see you later. Thanks for coming on.
My pleasure. See you soon.
Wow, that was a great show, learning a lot from Sheika Paige. She taught us about when it comes down to real estate, with the minimum score you gotta have for 530. She taught us about having a pre-approval. She taught about how to choose a realtor and then go out and buy your house. She talked about hard money, she talked about this money. We're gonna bring her back on so we can go out and learn more, because we gotta figure out ways to generate generational income. And one way is with real estate.
Listen, we want to thank you all for watching the show. Until next time.